morning everyone, this is BremSter and today I'm coming to you with a puzzle that I really hope by the time you see this you're going, this one again. And the reason I'm hoping and saying this is we're sending this puzzle out far and wide. This is a puzzle that has been created by Skunkworks. I was involved in sort of the late stage creation of this puzzle. So I know a little bit about it. Actually, I know a bit about it. But this puzzle has something in it quite special the people who created it feel. And this was created by a bunch of people. There are 6 people involved in the creation of this puzzle. And because of that, we've spent some time and effort refining the puzzle. It's gone through several iterations and several versions. Everyone has been involved in it started off looking very different and we've cycled through it. This is actually an interesting puzzle to tell some stories about setting. And I'll go do that as well. But often the way setters work is you think of setters as people who just sit down in like dusty old rooms or at very old screens and sort of come up with I've got a really evil idea. Often what we're doing is we're just playing around and we find something that is incredibly interesting and then we will explore that interesting thing and try and make it work. And sometimes a puzzle will be based around a single interesting idea. Sometimes we'll find multiple interesting ideas and jam them together in a grid. It's all a bit, what do we find that's interesting? Sometimes we will have a single interesting idea and then we will find ways of making it work and that just accidentally leads to other interesting things. I'm kind of famous for that one. And sometimes a puzzle can be created in 15 minutes and sometimes a puzzle can be created over days or weeks. It really does depend on someone's setting style. But occasionally when you're creating a puzzle and you're playing around and you're saying, okay, what will happen if I try this and all sorts of things, you come across something that you didn't really expect. And then you sort of go, how does that work? And you will play around with what you found and you'll share it with others and they'll come together and you'll try and figure out, okay, how do you showcase what we discovered? This puzzle, I think, is the 4th iteration of something after that happened. So this is a puzzle that was created as over a couple of days by, I'll name the people now. It's a Skunkworks creation, again, the group I've been hanging around with. I am getting other puzzles sent to me. I do want to do this one. Some of the puzzles I've been sent have been, this will take you an hour and a half. I don't have that time right now. But anyway, so this puzzle was created by Virtual, Sotek, XeonRisq, Riffclown, Eclectic Hoosier, and they've also put my name on it, BremSter. As I said, I was involved in stages of this, but I feel that I was a bit more involved in the testing stage of some of the other versions. So what I'm going to do with this puzzle is I strongly recommend that you attempt this puzzle. There will be a link below to this puzzle, so go and try it. If you get stuck or you cannot find it or you don't understand or whatever, then feel free to come back. That's what this video is for. But I really suggest that you try this one on your own. It is tricky. I don't think it's brutal, but there are definitely some moments of in this one. And we've not seen anything quite like it. And as I said at the beginning, the reason that I hope that you go, this puzzle again, is we've sent this off to several other channels, including Cracking the Cryptic, and we hope that they notice this one because this is something to notice. So, with that out of the way, and I might try and remember to throw a link to the start of the puzzle, but I really do hope that people do try this one. I more than most puzzles, I say stop watching, go to the link, grab the puzzle, give it a shot, because this one you really need to do. So how does this puzzle work? So the rules are all standard. There is nothing special in this. Well, there is something phenomenally special in this puzzle, but the rules are standard. So normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. The purple lines are Renban lines, so each of these lines must contain a set of consecutive non-repeating digits in any order. So what that means is if I was to grab this line, I could put, say, a 6, 7, 8, 9 on that line. This is not possible, but anyway, because of this dot, you can't put a 9 there. 6, 7, 8, 9 on this line is fine, but you could do it in any order. So this could actually be 8, 7. That is fine because that is still 4 consecutive digits on the line. That is absolutely fine. The dots are Kropki pair dots, which means that cells separated by a black dot must be in 1:2 ratio. Cells separated by a white dot must be consecutive. Not all dots are given. So while these will have a 1:2 ratio, these will be consecutive. These could be consecutive or in a 1:2 ratio. That would be fine. And with that, this grid is definitely solvable. It may not look it when you first attempt it, but it is, trust me. So, as I said, I have definitely know the tricks in this puzzle. I don't really remember the end game to this puzzle because I focused on does it communicate everything. A solution guide has been created for this puzzle because you need to do that to send a puzzle to Cracking the Cryptic. I have not read it. So I'm kind of, because I expected to do this video, I'm flying as blind as I can. So, yeah, please go give this a shot. Sorry, I'm rambling. Let's give this a shot. Okay, let's try that one again after a small technical hiccup. So, often when solving puzzles like this, there's a couple of things that you want to look at. And the first thing is that you want to look at what the setter has communicated with you. And in this case, you look at these lines that have the dots on them because these are obviously the most constrained thing in the grid. And when I look at this, I look at this one, and this feels the most constrained to me. So what I would do is I would put the candidates onto this black dot because black Kropki dots have the biggest constraint on them, being only able to take digits that work in a 1:2 ratio with each other. You cannot put 5, 7, or 9 on them. And I would see what happens then. So with this, you can put on 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, or 8. They are the only ratio combinations: 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6, or 4, 8. And then see what happens. So if we were to use 1, 2, then this would have to be because if you put a 1 on a Renban line, it has to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So these would become 3, 4. But you couldn't put a 1 here because 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 is not consecutive with 3 or 4. So this would not be the 1. So you would end up with 1, 2, 3, 4. That's fine. If you were to use 2, 4, then you would need to go either 1, 2, 3, 4 or 2, 3, 4, 5. So you would add 1 and 5 to this line. And that kind of works because you could go 2, 4 with the 1 here or 2, 4 with the 5 here. So that all sort of plays out. If you go 3, 6, this would have to be 4, 5, and you've got the 4 that could be consecutive with the 3 or the 5 consecutive with the 6. That all works. If you do 4, 8, you hit a problem because between 4 and 8, you've got 5, 6, and 7, which is 3 digits, but you've only got 2 cells left on the line. So you can never put an 8 on this line, and you end up down to these candidates. And that it's kind of a little bit restricted. So now you do, okay, what happens if I try it on this line up here? Now this is the same shape, but it's actually a completely different set of restrictions because instead of the white dot being attached, the white dot is separate. So we can go up here and we can put on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. We've already disproven the possibility of putting an 8 on this because there's 3 digits between and only 2 digits off the line. So we look at it. It's 1, 2 would mean this has to be 3, 4. Okay, that's fine. We don't have the same restriction on the 1 that we did down here because these aren't consecutive. If we do 2, 4, then we need to put 2 digits that are consecutive over here. But with 2, 4, you'd have to do 3, 5, or you would have to do 1, 3. And that just does not work. You cannot put a consecutive digit onto this with a 2, 4 here because the 3 can't be consecutive with the 2 with the other digit that you use. So you cannot use 2, 4 up here because the digit in the middle, the 3, can't be consecutive with anything. If you do 3, 6 up here, then you've got 4, 5, which is possible because those 2 digits are consecutive. So this is either 3, 4 or 4, 5, either of which have a 4 in it, which means we can come down here and drop out the 4. And that means that if there's no 4 in here, 2, 4 is not possible. Now, this still works for these combinations. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, or you've got, actually, I don't think it does. 1, 2, 3, 4 is possible. And then you've got 3, 6 with 4, 5. Yes. You cannot put a 1 on this anymore. So this is also 3, 4, 5, and there must be a 4 in here. So yes, as soon as you remove the 4 from here, the 1 disappears from here. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, or 3, 6, 4, 5 is all that is possible down here now. So now we want to look at this dot and look at what are the options that we can put on this dot. We cannot use a 4 on this dot. So 1, 2 is possible, 2, 4 is not, 3, 6 is possible, 4, 8 is not. So these are 1, 2, 3, and 6. So these cells are going to come into play with each other. If we put a 3, 6 on this dot, this becomes 2, this becomes 1, but because of the Renban, that becomes a 3. But we started by putting a 3 in here. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 6. And the easier way to do that is if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, those would both be 6, and it just doesn't work. So this cannot be 3, 6. This is 1, 2. Takes the 2 out of there and the 1, 2 out of there. This is a 3, 6 pair. In order to connect the 3, 6 on the Renban, that must be 4, 5, and we've got the makeup of that line. Then we can use the 3 to eliminate the 3s from those. This is a 4, 5. And to join the 4, 5 together, 1, 2, 4, 5 is not a valid Renban. We can take the 1, 2 out of there. And that gives us not the exact makeup, well, the makeup of these lines, if not the, even though we don't have the exact positioning. And now what we need to do is we need to follow this down, pardon me, I need to draw better, this downward spiral through the grid and see what happens as we move along row 1. And we're starting to get to the bit where I know this puzzle less well, but this is the bit that is most important. This Renban right here is the most important Renban that I've ever seen in my life, including in all of the puzzles that I've set. And it kind of looks innocent, but it's not. So what can you put on a 4-cell Renban? So if we think about this Renban and you look at the possibilities that you can put on a Renban, on a 4-cell Renban. So one of the things that is moderately well known is on a 5-cell Renban, you must put a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you start with 1 and go up, and if you start with 9 and go down, you go 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So on a 5-cell Renban, you must put a 5. A 4-cell Renban feels a little bit more open. But if you think about the concept of a 4-cell Renban, let's start with 9 and work down. You go 9, 8, 7, 6. Okay, so that is the makeup. And I'm actually going to do this at the bottom of the grid. So let's do it across here. So 9, 8, 7, 6. So you must put 9, 8, 7, 6 onto a 4-cell Renban. If we start at 1 and go up, we go 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. So they must go onto a Renban. Now, if we pick any middling digit and run through this, and if I was to put the numbers together, so let's do this in a different way. And I'm explaining this badly because, you know, I'm not the best explainer in the world. But I think there's people who's better and there's people who's worse. If we were to pick any 4 digits from this run of 9 digits, and again, using this to explain the 5-cell Renban, I can pick any of these 5 digits in a row, and I must highlight the 5. If I pick those 5, I get the 5. If I pick those 5, I get the 5. If I pick those 5, I get the 5. If I pick, any 5 I pick up the 5. So what I'm now thinking about is the relationship of 4-cell Renbans with Kropki digits. Now, I could do this by just putting all of the digits onto the line and exploring, but I'm trying to demonstrate an interesting point, an interesting discovery here. If we highlight those 4 cells, we have highlighted 2, 3, and 4. If I highlight those, we've highlighted 2, 3, and 4. If I highlight those, I've highlighted 3, 4, and 6. Remember, I'm talking about the ratio digits. If I highlight those, I've highlighted 4 and 6. If I highlight those, I've highlighted 6 and 8. And if I highlight those, I've highlighted 6 and 8. The important thing to notice here is it doesn't matter which 4 cells I highlight, I now have a 3, a 3, 3 and 6, a 6, a 6, and a 6. There is no combination of a 4-cell Renban line you can make that does not contain either a 3 or a 6. So, once you know a 4-cell Renban must contain a 3 or a 6, when you have a 4-cell Renban that has a 3 or a 6 that needs to be on it, then you must place a 3 or a 6 on a 4-cell Renban line. That's the important thing to note here. So up here, I've created a 3-6 pair that looks at this 4-cell Renban. So this cell here must either be a 3 or a 6, but it's on a black Kropki dot. So I get both of those cells automatically written in. I'm not sure what these are, but that is a 3-6 pair. This is a 3-6 pair looking down at this 4-cell Renban, which must contain a 3 or a 6. That's a 3-6. I have a 3-6 pair looking at that 4-cell Renban. That must be a 3 or a 6. I have a 3-6 pair looking at that 4-cell Renban. That must be a 3 or a 6 on a black Kropki dot. I have a 3-6 pair looking at this 4-cell Renban. They can't be 3-6s. That's a 3-6 on a black Kropki dot. And these 3-6s, by the design of this puzzle, and I give full credit to all of the other setters who put this together, because the original design of this was nice. This one is beautiful. All of that just flows. And you immediately look at this line and kind of want to do it again, but you really can't. This isn't quite as nice. I mean, it is nice, trust me, but it doesn't continue through. We're not 100% sure on the positioning of the 3-6s in this box. We just know they have to be in here. But that 3-6 and the fact that you must put a 3 or a 6 onto a 4-cell Renban, and so when you've got these pointing pairs, it places, and then the position of all of these pointing pairs to continue to place them, that is absolutely stunning. So from here, we've got a lot of information, and now I am now flying blind. I really have no idea beyond this what I'm doing. So help. No, we'll see how I go. So this is a 3 or a 6. Now, I'm pretty certain this is going to be locked in, because if I just look at this now, if this is a 3, this would have to be a 2 or a 4, and it can't be. So this has to be the 6, which means this is 7 because it can't be 5. So we've now got the 6, 7 here. This looks over here, making this 3 and this 6, which makes this 5 and this 4. That does not look up in any way, shape, or form that I am seeing, and those are still open. So this has now got a 6 on the line. It can't go down as far as 3. So there has to be a 7 in one of those, because 4, 5, 6, 7 is the minimum I can put on this line. But I could go higher. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9. All look possible? Maybe? So this line maybe? I mean, that was obviously quite powerful. So 6 is in one of those two. 3 is right there. I can't put 3 here. I can't put 3 here. 3 has to go in that line. 3 is right here, which places 3 here. Now 3 in this box has to go in here. But I don't think it has to go on that dot. In fact, if I make this 3, 6, that's okay, I think. But 3 is definitely in one of those, but I can't prove which yet. Flying by the seat of my pants. It's the way I like to solve. You can believe that as much as you want. So this is a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is an 8, 9 pair. Which means this can't go 6, 7, 8, 9. It can go as high as 8. So that means there must be a 5 on this line. 5, 6, 7, 8, or 4. There must be a 5 on this line somewhere. That's bad pencil marking, but I don't know where the 5 goes. Actually, I think I've got a similar restriction up here, don't I? If this is a 3, this would need to have... Oh, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4. And that could be a 5. No, it can't... Yeah, 1, 2, 4 up here, making that a 5. That can't be... One of these lines is going to be restricted, and I'm not sure which. I kind of, when I knew I would be recording this, I deliberately tried to avoid knowing the exact path. So 5, 6, 7 here with either 4 or 8. So this is 4, 5, 7, 8. So in here, I still need to put 1, 2. Not sure. Now, what about this one? This could be 1, 2, 3, 4. It could be... So this is a Kropki pairing. So this has the same restrictions before. It can't be 1, 2. It could be 2, 4. It could be 3, 6. It could be 4, 8. But I have to put a 3 somewhere on this. So if this is 3, 6... This is 8, 4... Okay, 8, 4, 3 is possible. 3, 6... No, it doesn't. 4, 2 works with 3. All of that looks fine. Because I can get 2, 3, or 6 with any of those. Oh, if this is a 3 and that is a 6, that is a 6. And I've got two 6s on the Renban. Right, that's not a 3. So this is not a 6. So 3 is in one of those two spots. That's got to do something. If this is a 6, this is a 3. This is, hang on, if this is a 6, this is 3, and this is a 3. 6, 3, 3, that doesn't work either. This can't be a 6. I can't put a 3 or a 6 on that Renban. So this has to be the 3, which means this is not 8. This is 2, 4. This is a 6. This is a 3. That now has to go up from there. So I can't reach 8. 3, 4, I can't reach 8. This is 2 or 4, which means this is 1 and this is 2. That's very... I don't remember... Yeah, okay. See, I did try and avoid some stuff. Lee, you found that faster than I did. So these can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can it be 3, 4, 5, 6? So, so there's a 2 up here. 6, 5, 4, 3. There's no 2 there. So there's a 2 up here. I am really not following this. There's no 7 there, which there never was, because 7 had to be here because of the 6, 7 pair. There's no 8 there. This is 4 or 5. So this has to go down, but that's still fine. So those are 1, 2, 4, 5 in these. I can't put 4, 5 in here. Well, I can put one of them, but not both. Hang on, this has got to be under some pressure now. If I put 4 on this line, I can't put 5 on this line. So if I put 4 on this line, I can't put 5 on this line. 4 would have to go here. If I put... So if this went 3, 4, 5, 6 or something, if I went up, then this would have to go... So if I put 3 on this line, what are my options? 1, 2, 3, 4, which I can't do because this would have to be 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, which would need 4 and 5 on the line, which I can't do. 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'd have to put 4 and 5 on this line, which I can't do. And after that, I've run out of 3s. This is a 6, which means this is a 3, this is a 6. So again, I can't do 4, 5 on this line, but I might be able to do A5 on this line. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8 or 6, 7, 8, 9. Either way, there's a 7 and an 8 on that line. Wow, okay, this is trickier than I remember. But I can do the same logic here because this 4 means I can't put a 4 on this Renban. And if I put a 3 on a Renban, I must have a 4 on a Renban. This is a 6 and this is a 3. Keep using the Renban logic. So this has the same thing. So this, once there is a 6 on a Renban, this has to go up. Well, let's finish this off. This is a 3, this is a 6. Don't have all of it locked in yet. But this is either 5, this has to have 5 and 7 on it, because 5, no, it doesn't have to have 5. Oh, wow. Hang on. It does have to have 5. 5, 5, 5 has to go in one of those two. And that can't, oh, it could go there. 5, 4. So there is a 5. So this is 5, and I can't have a 4. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8. These are 5, 7, and 8 without that being a 5. So this is 5, 7, 8. There is no 7, 8 here. There is a 7, 8 on this Renban line. They must go there. So this is 6, 7, 8. It's not 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 6, 7, 8, 9. This is now a pair, which is 1 and 2. Now this is 5, 7, 8. If this is 8, this is 7 or 9, which is okay. If it's 8, 7, it's 6 or 8. Can't be 6. And if it's 5, it's 4. So this, I'm assuming, because this now can't go higher than 7. So it must have a 5 and a 4 on it. It can't put a 4 there. And it can't have a 3. So it can't go 3, 4, 5, 6. So it must go 4, 5, 6, 7. There's no 4 there. So that 7 makes this the 8, takes the 8 out of there. This is the 5, 7. 5 makes that a 4. 7 makes that an 8. So that is a 4 or an 8. This is now 1, 2, 9. Which makes that a 7. Because I've got a 1, 2, 9 triple and a 4, 5 pair and 3 other digits that are known. Okay. Puts a 7 right there by Sudoku. Six in box 5 must go here, so this becomes the 6. 3, 4... I can't put 6 here. 6 is in one of those two. Actually, 6 is right there. Sudoku. Keep bringing Sudoku to a Sudoku puzzle. Is that all the 6s? That is all the 6s. Am I in a similar boat with the 3s and I just haven't noticed? Yes, this is now a 3. Okay. Now, this line must have a 7 on it, I'm pretty certain, because I can't go down. So I must go up. This is not the 7. Now, I'm still in the same boat with these 4s and 5s. So I could put a 5 on the line, but 5, 6, 7, 8. There must be a 7, 8 on this line because I can't go down far enough to not include both. Now, there must be at least a 7 here. So there's no 7 here. Which means one of these is a 7, but I've already got that. Hmm. 1, 2, 4, 5. So these are 1, 2, 4, and 5. So this is a 4, 5, which gives me a 4, 5 pair. It takes 4, 5 out of there. This becomes a 1, 2 pair, and I've got a pair in this box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is an 8, which makes that a 4, which makes that a 5, which makes that a 7, which makes that a 2, which makes that a 4. Takes 4 out of there. 4 and 5 come out of there. This 4, 5, whoa, that's not quite, no. I still don't know the complete makeup of that. Don't jump the gun. I know it looks like I'm going really, really slowly, and I am, but, eh. 1, 7, 8, 9. So there's a lot going on with 7. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So that's not a 7. I must put a 7 on this line. So that's a 7. So what is this? So 6, 7, 8, 9 is possible. 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8, or 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are 5, 8, and 9. That's a 5, 7, 8, 9 quadruple. So that right there is a 4. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7 now. So I can take 8 out of those. That is a 7. That is a 5. I can take the 5 out of there. That's an 8, 9 pair. There's no 4, 5 there. This now must be a 1, 2. There is no 4 there. In fact, that is a 5. This is a 5. This is not a 5. But these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. So 3, 4. Now I could... This could still be 1, 2. I can't put a 5 on this line. This has to be 1, 2. Because I can't go up from 1, 2, 3, 4 because that thing right there. This is 1, 2, and the order is known. This is 1, this is 2, this is 1, this is 2, this is 1, this is 2. Takes 2 out of there. That 1 looks up making that 2. Takes 2 out of there. I've got 1, 9 looking over making that 2. So much cool stuff in this puzzle that it is easy to lose track. That is 1, that is not 1. This is a triple now, which is probably going to help. This is 4, 8, and 9, making that a 5. 5, 6, 7, that can no longer reach 9. That is 8, that is 9, that is 8. The biggest regret I have in this puzzle is not doing a good enough job showing off how cool it is. So this is... So I've got the makeup of this line. I've got the makeup... I think I've got the makeup of all the lines now. So now it's just down to Sudoku. So this is not a 4. So this is a 4. So this is now a 1, I believe. Yes, that is a 1. That 5 makes this a 4, which makes this a 7, which makes this a 5. This now has to be a 9. The 5 looks over making that a 4 and that a 5. This is not a 2. This is the 2. These are 4 and 8, which the order is known. These are 1 and 9, of which the order is known. That 4 looks down making that 9 and that 4. This now has to be 1, 2, 3, an 8. These are 5, 7, and 9. That's a 9 in the middle. which looks over making that an 8 and that a 9. This makes this a 1, this becomes a 9, this becomes a 1, this becomes a 9. The 7 right there makes this the 5 and this the 7, which makes this the 8 and this the 7. Don't misclick now. I need to put a 2 right there, and the final digit I'm putting into the grid is an 8, and that is downward spiral. And the reason that I really wanted people to try this puzzle on their own, and I wanted to showcase this a little better than I actually did, sorry everyone, is the discovery of the interaction of these 4-cell Renban lines with Kropkis, and the fact that once you get a 4-cell Renban line, you must put a 3 or a 6 on it. And if you play around with these ratio dots and you can do something like this, you can force these 3-6 pairs. And once you make that discovery, you can start dropping these 3-6 pairs all around the grid. And if you see a 4-cell Renban line that is interacting with Kropkis or interacting with 3-6 pairs in this way, you will be able to just make very, very rapid deductions the minute you get 3-6 eliminations pointing at Renban lines. And I've seen some of the setters who've seen this trick starting to play with it a bit more. So hopefully you will see that too. Thank you very much for watching. I really do hope that you gave this a try. All I can say is to Virtual, Sotek, XeonRisq, Riffclown, and Eclectic Hoosier, really well done with these puzzles. This thing was beautiful to watch unfold, and I hope I did this just a small piece of justice. I just wanted to get this out there so people could see it, because, and I really do hope by the time that my video comes out, you're going, okay, this again. I saw this on CTC. I really do, because this is just, I think this is one of the coolest things I've seen in puzzles in quite a long time. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, all I can say is if you see cool stuff, play around with grids, like get a setting tool like Fpuzzles and play around and see what you can find on your own. Sometimes you're just lucky, and play around with setting. Good luck with your setting, and as always, good luck with your solving.